Hello crafters, I'm JanB and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I'd like to show you how I made this thank you card. I'll start off with telling you the cardstock you're going to need. I've used one of our note cards. These come as a pack of 20 with matching envelopes, and they measure 5 inches by 3.5 inches, which is 12.7 centimetres by 9 centimetres, and I love this size for a thank you card. I think it's absolutely ideal. The other card pieces you're going to need are a square of Tangelo Twist, at least 3 3/4 inches square, a square of Whisper White, which is a minimum of 2 1/4 inches square. Obviously that's a lot bigger than that. And also a piece of the Go Wild Designer Series paper stack, 1/2 inch by 5 inches, which is 1.2 centimetres by 12.7 centimetres. The big thing about this thank you card is this decoration that I've used for the scalloped edge. Now I know you're not all going to be able to do that, so I have also done a plain version. So before I explain about this one, the plain version, you will also need a piece of Tangelo Twist that measures 1 1/4 inches by 5 inches, which is 3.2 centimetres by 12.7 centimetres. If you watched either of my videos on the berry basket, you will remember that I said if you hold on to these offcuts, they would come in useful for projects in the future, and that's what I have used here. So if you have a berry basket and you have kept your offcuts, you can use those. If you haven't, then you can do the straight one. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the sentiment. And for that I am using the You're So Lovely stamp set, and I'm using the Thank You, You Wonderful Thing, You stamp. So I have that here, and I'm going to use our Archival black ink. I'm going to die cut this out with one of the circle dies, so I need to leave a little bit of room all around the outside. I said not to worry about the differences on the little embellishments on my cards. I'll show you how I came about doing those when I get to that stage on the Tangelo Twist card. Right, that's the only stamping that needs to be done. What I'm going to do now is to die cut the 2 circles. So I'll get my Big Shot up. Right, okay. As I say, I'm using my Circle Framelits collection Circles collection Framelits dies, and I'm using numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I start counting from the smallest. The smaller the die, the smaller the number. So I'm going to use 4 and 5. I'll do number 5 first. This is for the Tangelo Twist. This is one of the 5 colours that will be retiring at the end of May this year. And I have just about used all of mine except for my scraps. So I have that for the backing of my sentiment. And then I will do my sentiment. Let's bring that back this side. And that fits in beautifully. There we go. So I don't need the big shot anymore. So we'll just adhere those two together. You can use any glue, which is your preference. As you know, I'm definitely a Tombow person. Now, I don't fold my card until I've done everything that I need to do to it. So I'm going to bring these bits in. If you don't have these, you just need to adhere your piece across like this in the centre. If you do have these, what you need to do is you need to cut the inverted scallops. I'm not sure if that's what the correct name is, but that's what I'm going to be calling them. And you want one that's about 5 inches long. So first of all, in fact this one is definitely getting wider as you come down the end there. I wonder if that other one's a bit straighter. Yes, that looks better. Do watch out for that, because if I'd put that down I would have to do a little bit of jewellery pokery to make sure that I've got that in an actual straight line, whereas this one, that's the same all the way along. So in fact that's quite good, because that means I'm going to have to show you what I did with these. I had about 2 or 3 strips of this, and I did a total of 6 cards. So what I had to do was to stretch this out as far as I could, and the way I did that was I did my calculations and I worked out that each piece is, I need 6 scallops each. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that just about works out. So what I did, I needed 1 3/4 inches here for my bottom line, and I know that's 7 squares up. So I used my ruler. Can you see where I'm lining this up? I don't think you can you? So let me do it up here. Right, so I'm lining up the bottom of my card with that dark line in the centre there. And I've got to go 7 squares up, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So go above it, and then if I'm straight, that will be 7. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm using my silicone mat. I'll take 2 of these pieces and I'm going to put glue on the back of them. So if you make berry baskets, purely and simply to get this bit, make sure that when you put your die onto your cardstock onto your die, make sure you get it straight so that it will actually be nice and easy like this. Okay, so what I do now is, now that I've got my glue here, make sure that I'm still lined up along here and along here, and I put this piece down to meet up with my ruler and the edge of my card, and then the other one I put down this end. Okay, so I don't need that now, because what I'm going to do is I'll put glue on these two pieces. And I will just adhere these to butt up the sides, the top ledge. The reason these do come in handy for using like this is because this is a straight line, which it doesn't necessarily always have to be. The other bit you can do this with, and I'll show you, I think I've got one over there that I've done. I've also used the scalloped handle. If you've got the berry basket, you know that you get one straight handle and one that's got a scalloped side on it. If you've got the spare ones of those, you can do exactly the same, which, as I say, I can show you. Right, now the next bit is I'm going to put my, if you're using this, yours will be looking like that now, and then you will put your DSP across like that. But I'm going to put mine over here. I haven't trimmed mine yet, as you can see, so I just cut a piece off there. I will cut the rest off once it's glued on. I think that has just become empty. It gave a little pop thing which made it sound like that was about it. Right. Now I'm just allowing both sides to go over the edge, and I'm just eyeballing that to see that it's all okay. Okay, so that's all right. So what I'll do now is just turn this over and cut my edges off. Right, okay. And then I'm going to adhere this on the top. Again, if you've done yours, so you've done it like this, you can just glue all over this and pop it on. But with this one, because I've got bumps here, because there's not the extra cardstock in the middle, what I do is I just put some down both sides so it sticks there, and top and bottom so it sticks up here. I don't try and stick it in the middle. So I put the glue down here, both sides, and then top and bottom. If you wanted, you could use dimensionals on this. There we go. So that's basically the card made. But what I do now is I want to show you how I store my cardstock. But please bear in mind I've used all of my full sheets of Tangelo Twist, and what I've done is I've just put a sheet of Tangerine Tango into my folder, so just pretend that that's Tangelo Twist. Okay, so for each colour I have a folder like this. Okay, so we're pretending this is Tangelo Twist. So all my big sheets just go into this plastic wallet as whole sheets. And then I have a plastic wallet like this. This is one of the punched pockets where it has the punched holes down the side. Well, I just cut the holes off, but I just pop everything in there. But each colour also has one of these in there, and this is what I wanted to show you. This is just an ordinary little freezer bag, a Ziploc bag, but I put in here every little bit that I punch out but I don't actually use. You know, I've been working on projects and I think, oh, I'll try that and maybe it doesn't work or whatever, and rather than throwing it away, I keep them. So that when I'm doing something, especially something like this, I think, oh, what can I put on there? I mean, I could choose butterflies if I wanted to. Got that butterfly. That flower is too big. I don't want those. I think I will probably use 3 of these. I think that would be nice. I don't have 3 of the flowers that have been done on Tangelo Twist, but just to scatter 3 of these around, I think that would look quite nice. Okay, this is full of little hearts that were from the heart border bunch. Whenever I use that and I'm using the actual cutouts, the negative bit, I save the hearts. I mean, I could use these on here as well if I wanted, but I'm going to use the flowers. I like those. So there's an idea for you. It saves wasting, and at times it saves you a lot of time as well. But I do recommend you keep that closed. Takes a bit of time to tidy them up if it all goes walkabouts, trust me, I know. Right, I'm just going to give my flowers some dimension. And I'll put those on with glue. And then I'm going to put some little pearls in the centre. I mean, if you like, you could put your 3 flowers together. Do I want to do that? Yes, let's put 3 flowers together. I haven't done this on any of the others, so it's something a bit different. I'm just making sure I'm turning my flowers different directions. There we go. So that's that. And the pearls, I think I'll use the medium size. Oh, just pulled one off. That's not very clever, is it? Right, okay, medium. There we go. Then I fold my card in half. It's already scored. Oh, there's another one, look. I wonder if that was the same one that's come off again. It looks as if it is. Excuse me while I just pop that back again. Okay, so there we go. That's my Tangelo Twist thank you card, which I'm pretty pleased with. I really quite like this. It's something just a little bit different. So let me show you the ones that I've made. Some using straight, some using the scalloped bits, but they are all Lost Lagoon. And the designer series paper is all from the Go Wild DSP stack. Some of the bits and pieces in my Lost Lagoon folder were hearts, so what I did was I painted those with my Rink of Stella. There's another one, and I put little rhinestones up in that corner. There's another one that's got the 3 flowers on. As you can see, I do collect quite a lot of stamped and die cut things that I save. Butterfly on that one, which is rather nice, and that's the last one, another one with a heart. So how many did I do straight? Oh, this was the other one I wanted to say. That's the one with the proper scallops, and this is inverted scallops. That was the handle from something. And there was one other thing I wanted to show you. I think it was this one. You can't, hopefully you can't see it, but that inverted scallops there is a lot more narrow than that end. That's why I put the 2 flowers there to cover that up. Don't know if I lift these flowers up, wonder if you can see it. Can you tell that that's more narrow? I think you probably can, but that's definitely a lot wider than that, but the flowers are hiding it. So that's just another little trick for you. Anyway, many thanks for joining me today. I hope you like this, and I hope you give it a try. Obviously you could use this design for a birthday card or a Go Wild card or anything really, but the idea was to give you an idea what you could do with this. If you've enjoyed my video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button. If you'd like to purchase any of the products that I featured here today, please click on the 24/7 link that's in the box below, and that'll take you straight to my online Stampin' Up shop. I'll be putting all the measurements and the products that I've used on the screen, but I am aware that it does, depending on what you're watching this on, it doesn't always appear. So I will be putting all of that information in the box below as well. So there you go. Many thanks for joining me today. Until next time, happy crafting. Cheerio.